Hey guys, welcome to Runescape 3. This is a tutorial on how to use Runescape 3 and sort of what's going on if you're really confused. So right here we have sort of a battle between Zamorak and Saradomin. So if you look at in the world map, there's these two bars. Pretty much the blue is Saradomin, the red is Zamorak. Basically, they're having a little battle, and you get to choose which side you want to help. Right now, most people are helping Saradomin, so I just helped Saradomin just because Zamorak looks like shit, in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. That's why this scenery is all changed. All these shops are sort of blown up. The castle is all kind of broken. Therefore, some things have changed in Lumbridge, so you might be confused right when you get here. A important thing is that there used to be a farming patch right behind the castle. That farming patch has been moved to here, the tree farming patch. Took me a while to find out, but yeah, that's where it is. Next thing you probably noticed is the interfaces. They look a lot different. If you want the old school, or sort of the interface that RuneScape 2 had, you press escape and select a preset and you select old school. I'm not gonna press that right now since it's gonna mess up my recording, but the default I think is the RS3 default, which looks like this. There's classic, retro, social. Yeah, there's all these presets. But I have sort of my own custom thing. Personally, I like the minimap on the top right corner because it looks I'm just used to having it there. So each interface you can drag around. There's certain places where you can only put it. Actually, I guess you could put it anywhere you want, but I don't see why you would do that. But there's some preset locations that they recommend, which are the corners and the sides. So you can just drag any of the interfaces anywhere. If you don't want an interface there, you can like press, like if I open up inventory and put it here, if I don't want it I can press X and it's removed. Did I just start walking? And then you can of course resize them in weird shapes. And of course the lodestone. If you want to use the lodestone network, you can just press that and turn run off. The ability bar, that's where your HP, your prayer points, and your summoning points have been moved to. It's been changed slightly. And of course you can press Shift 4, Shift 5. I think that's all. Yeah, you can press Shift 1 to 5 to go through your different setups, which was there before. And of course you can drag the action bar around as well. Now if you want to add like your inventory, your equipment slots, you can just go into one of these categories here. You select that, like the inventory is in this, the second category. Just click it and it'll pop up, and then you can drag it wherever you want. For some reason it says 0 GP, but I'm pretty sure I have more than 0 GP in my pouch right now. And then of course anything else you can resize to whatever you want it to be. And of course extras, Solomon and that Squeal of Fortune shit, they're just extras. I agree with that. We don't need them. A common problem that people have been facing is transparencies. By default it's pretty the transparency is high, so it is annoying when you see all the way back. Like for example, before I actually changed all this, the bank had so much transparency, it was really annoying. So if I set it to about this much, which is about how much it was by default, you open the bank and it's really hard to use it because there's all that background distracting you, however you can see your character. So to change this, you just press escape, interface settings, and put your transparency all the way down low. And of course you can change all your other settings if you want. keyboard sensitivity, mouse sensitivity, and the action bar. And the graphics, they're pretty much the same. This isn't HTML5, we're still in Java right now. I have all mine set to high since my computer can handle them pretty well. You can also zoom out and zoom in if you want to. I think I'd prefer it being zoomed out since you can see everything. However, I can see why you might want to zoom in to create awesome video effects and stuff. Now once you've chosen a side with either Zamrock or Saradomin, you go inside this little sort of pit, which are the divine tiers, which you have to gather for your whichever side you're following. Right now Saradomin has a humongous lead, so you can just actually just chop or mine. I'm pretty sure you get some EXP for it. Okay, so you do get EXP, and once you get that, you go to whichever camp you chose. I did choose Saradomin, and then you come over here at the collection point and you deposit that. You'll get extra renown and 1 vote or whatever. I just prefer the extra damage. And another thing I forgot to mention in the video, you do get bonus EXP, limited bonus EXP. So what you do to get that is you go into the Lumbridge Castle, and you go to the middle floor, I don't know, first floor, second floor, it depends on if you're British or American. And then you manage crisis by clicking on Duke Horakayo, and then you can choose whichever one you want, and once you cast the vote you get to press claim EXP, which you get to choose whichever skill you want, and it's depending on your level how much bonus EXP you get. So me right here in my skills, if I hover over agility, it says 2706 bonus EXP. So for 2706 EXP I'll get double EXP, and then it's pretty much up. So that pretty much brings an end to this tutorial. I personally, I don't really like RS3 as much. I prefer RS2, mainly because the interfaces, they just don't feel natural. The look of the game, it doesn't feel like RuneScape. It doesn't have that medieval look anymore. Sort of just RuneScape trying to stay up with the rest of the MMOs because they're just getting better, and RuneScape, I guess, is trying to follow that with the better graphics and all that. But I don't really care about graphics. I care about gameplay, and this doesn't feel like RuneScape because it doesn't feel medieval like what RuneScape is about. The sort of time of mages, kings, and castles, a fantasy MMO. It just doesn't feel like RuneScape. I don't want to say WoW because people are gonna hate that, but plus I really haven't played WoW much, but it doesn't look like RuneScape anymore. I prefer the sort of the theme it had in 2007, like that light brown color. That's the shade I prefer for RuneScape, not this dark blue shit. Yeah, but that's my little rant. I just don't like the look of RuneScape. It doesn't feel old school anymore. So yeah, pretty much end of this video. Like if you found this tutorial useful, even though it didn't cover much. It pretty much gave you the basics. And yeah, subscribe for more RuneScape videos.